We're recording already. Good morning, you guys. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is over there where you are. Welcome back to my channel, Takia Tries Things, where I try food, I do drinks, I go to different entertainment spots, and I rate them. But today, we're going to be talking about me being in my last trimester. Woo! Yes, y'all, I am 34 weeks pregnant. But what I really want to get into is how has my last trimester been going for the last few weeks. But before I get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I try to drop videos every Wednesday and Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. Okay, so how has my last trimester been going? When I hit my 30-week mark, my acid reflux came back. And it came back with a freaking vengeance, okay? And by the way, bacon, egg, and cheese tacos from Taco Cabana are so good. But, so anytime I would eat, it's like you will feel the burning sensation come up. It doesn't feel good at all. Like I've been, after my 3 months hit, my first 3 months of pregnancy hit, I didn't have to worry about acid reflux at all. But when my soon as 30 weeks hit, my acid reflux was triggered. And also, I have been having a lot of pain in my vaginal area. It's very hard for me to get out of bed. It's a very horrible process. It really hurts. Like maybe I need to exercise. I don't know what it is, but it hurts really, really bad. Like it's a pain that I can't even describe. And so, that made these tacos extra cheesy. That has been very frustrating for me. It really hurts. As far as these baby kits go, if you've been looking at my channel, you know that I've been posting shorts of the twins constantly freaking moving. Always moving, always kicking me and whatever. And the common question I always get is, how does it feel? Imagine, because one twin up here, what she does is she loves to hide up under my ribs, right? And so sometimes it gets so bad to where I can literally hear the pop from where she's moving under my ribs. And it breaks me down, okay? That hurts, okay? Like literally it feels like my insides have been compromised. It is really that bad. Like the twins are moving so much, so much. I mean, it's a good sign. Don't get me wrong, but this twin up here, whoever it is, baby, we're gonna have to have a long talk. Me and you gonna have to have a long talk, okay? Because this is just ridiculous. And I understand they ain't got much room, but do you really have to be hitting my rib like that? Do you really have to do that? So yes, the twins, well, especially this one that's up here, like up here, she has been doing the most, hurting me so bad. But whatever, mommy still loves you, okay? I still love you. Con todo mi corazón. So yes, the twins have been moving a lot. It really hurts. When they get up under those ribs, it really hurts. Swelling. Y'all, I also posted a short on my YouTube, okay? And on my Instagram and on my TikTok of my feet being like balloons. They look like the little bulldog puppies rolls. My feet, my legs, my hands swollen like crazy. And you may be saying, oh, well, maybe you have preeclampsia. Well, my blood pressure is darn near perfect. Like, I can go get the machine right now and I can show y'all that my blood pressure is like very good. Like, I mean, like 118/70 something. Like, that's darn near perfect. Like, and you're like, oh, watch your salt intake. I don't think it's the salt. I just think I have just a lot of fluid, 2 placentas, you know, all that stuff going on. So, you know, I just think that's what it is. Now, I would be worried about if it was preeclampsia, if my face would just be like, you know, like all swollen and stuff, and severe headaches and high blood pressure. Yeah, you know, I'd be worried if it's preeclampsia, but I don't think it's that. I just think it's just extra fluid, you know, and it just has really nowhere to go except when I go tink tink on the toilet. Okay. So swelling has been, I mean, it's really hard to walk. Like, it was like so bad one day, like I couldn't even feel my left foot. That's how bad like my feet had got swollen. You know, my cravings, I really haven't had no crazy cravings. I don't have a taste for anything. So I think now my visits are every week. My husband's trying to get me to stop working this week, but I told him pay period in next Friday, so I think I'm gonna stop working next Friday at 35 weeks. I know it's kind of risky having twins because you do have them early, but my body, my choice. No, I'm playing. Let me not even throw that around. No, but for real, you know, I think next week I'll be okay. It is still very hard for me to sleep now. Really, within the last 2 weeks, it's been very hard for me to like get adequate amount of rest. Of course, I can't sleep on my back because it feels like I'm being suffocated, you know, so I sleep on my side, but it's very hard for me to still get comfortable. I'm having a hard time sleeping. Very light sleeper. Sometimes I can average about 3 to 4 hours of sleep at night. And that's why I used to love working overtime. Well, I love working overtime because at nighttime, while they're moving around, doing all this and that, I'm up and I'm working, so it doesn't affect me. But while I'm asleep, I don't like to be bothered while I'm asleep. So the fact that they move around and stuff, and that bothers me. It really does bother me, because my husband will tell you, I don't like to be woke up. Don't touch me. No, seriously, don't touch me. He knows that. Do not touch me. And that's why the kids go to him like in the morning. They know who to wake up. Do not wake up me. Don't wake me up, because I am unavailable. Okay? So it's very hard to get sleep. Now, every pregnancy is different, but I can only share my experience. But don't get me wrong, I cannot wait to see my kids. It's rude talking with your mouth full, huh? Hold on. Like, I literally have a few weeks to go. I cannot wait. I am excited. I am ready to rumble. Okay? Like, I cannot wait to do, hopefully, God said the same, I'm able to record. So y'all, I don't know where I left off in that last video, but it is the next day. I ran out of space, so that's why I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do another video the next day. But it is the next day, and guess what I found out, y'all? So when I woke up this morning, you know, I really couldn't feel my feet. I really couldn't. Like, my feet were so freaking numb. They were so swollen. I was like, ugh, okay, you know, I'm just gonna deal with it. But after I walked around a little bit, I was fine. So then later, when I dropped my kids off at school or whatever, I end up, and don't mind that, leave on somebody doing their lawn or whatever. I ended up coming home after dropping my kids off, and I instantly got a headache. And I'm like, okay, something's not right. So I end up taking my blood pressure, and guess what it read, y'all? After I've been monitoring my blood pressure every day, and I did that video saying my blood pressure was perfect, my blood pressure read 160/100. That was accompanied with getting the headache. I had a real bad headache, and I'm like, oh, shoot. So I was like, let me go ahead and contact my OB-GYN, because, you know, I'm very in tune with myself. If something is off, not right, I've never had high blood pressure before. Never, ever, ever, ever. Except during delivery with my first child. I can't remember with my second. So I'm like, let me let my OB-GYN know what's going on. I told her, I gave her a call. I'm like, hey, I have swollen feet, swollen hands. My legs are swollen. I just got a headache today. After not having a headache for a little bit. And I took my blood pressure today after monitoring it on the daily, and it read 160 over 100. And so I told the nurse that. She related to the doctor, and so now the doctor is recommending me to go to L&D to go ahead and get tests done, for them, just do whatever they're going to do. So that's what I'm actually going to be headed to do right now. I called my husband. I let him know. He was like, okay, well, I'm about to take off work. And so he wants to take me to St. Luke's, to L&D to go ahead and get monitored. Because, what the nurse told me, she said, the doctor said this is not something that we want to wait to do. And, I completely understand preeclampsia is something very serious. So this is not something that I'm taking lightly. This is not something that I'm going to play with. It's one thing, me not going to go see a specialist, because my babies are small. My babies measure small anyway, but this is something very different. So I'm waiting on my husband to get home. He's actually going to be here in about maybe in about 10 minutes to take me to the hospital so we can do some tests. And I will give y'all the results later. Is that him? I think that's my hubby right there. No, that's not him. I will let y'all know what they say. So stay tuned.